Hi, everybody. This week I want to talk about the New York State budget because it's going to have an impact on us, and I hope you're paying attention. So here's how the budget process works in New York State. The governor, the Republican-controlled Senate, and the Democratic-controlled Assembly all put together dream budgets. They release them filled with goodies, millions and billions of dollars for everything, and then the negotiations start. In reviewing the budget proposals, one thing jumps out, and it's in the Senate's budget proposal. It is very charter school friendly. This is obviously a concern because with Betsy DeVos taking over as the education secretary, we're all on high alert for things like vouchers and charter schools. So in the Senate's proposal, it eliminates the cap on charter schools. What that is currently now in New York State, we have a cap, a number of charter schools that are allowed to operate in New York State, and we can't have more than that. This budget, which I don't think will go through in its entirety, but it's still scary to think about, eliminates that cap so that we can have hundreds, thousands of charter schools with no regulation. It also increases aid to charter schools and helps charter schools by changing their funding formula so they'll actually get more public tax dollars taken away from public schools and given to charter schools. This is obviously a big concern. So you may wonder, why is this happening? Like the answer to many questions, follow the money. So charter schools spend $87 per student on lobbying. To put that in perspective, Nice Vote Cope spends $4 per student lobbying. Where do you think most of that money goes? And why do you think we're seeing such support for charter schools? So I want to give you one tidbit of info in case you ever want to have a discussion about charter schools. Charter schools love to talk about their graduation rates and college readiness, and basically they're test prep academies, so that's why they're good at that. But they have a 23% retention rate in college. That's abysmal. That means that 23% of their students actually stay in college. So finally this week, I want to draw a connection back to an article that I put in last week's bulletin about vouchers. Vouchers and charters go hand in hand, and it's important that we keep that connection in mind. So the article talked about how in vouchers and charter schools, they educate children for less money. So for instance, let's say Mahopac spends $16,000 per student to educate a child. A charter school that's supported by vouchers might spend $8,000. So when that happens, what you get is you get less services. So they studied voucher-supported schools and charter schools and found that 35% of their schools don't have art, music, PE, technology, or libraries. That's a scary thought. So when they go to cut corners in these schools and they educate children for low rent contracts and at low rates, it comes at a price. This is something that should be extremely scary for all of us as we look at our members and teachers that teach in those areas that if we went to privatization of schools, 35% less of them would have jobs. That's 3 minutes for this week.